Good morning and welcome to Faithful Organizers. My name is Sangeeta Evans, and I am so happy to introduce the organizer of the month, Kate Bosch. Hi, Kate. Welcome to
Hi.
our session recording. And she is so well known that I was telling her I lost all basic format for her because she's our very own. She's on the board and she does a great job as membership director. And we're so happy to have you here, Kate. Kate Bosch is of Kate Bosch Professional Organizing. She's been in business for a few years, and we'll get to learn about that. She's from Providence, Rhode Island, and come with a background with BA in from Yale and in art history. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, something completely different. Yeah, I studied art history in college, and I think the way that it's still important in my life is that I married an artist, and so my husband is a visual artist and professor of art. So I still have a hand in the art world, but I quickly, after school, pivoted and did a whole bunch of other things. I was interested in the clothing industry, and so I worked in manufacturing and then retail, corporate retail, and then we were talking a little bit before, I opened a store in New Hampshire when I lived there. It was a shoe and hat store, and I actually was a milliner, which is a hat maker.
Wow, interesting.
Yes, so I made that we can see. I'll show you. I'll give you a tilt. You can sort of see my shelves up
Oh,
there.
yes.
Those are my hat blocks. I still have some of those that I form hats on. So that was my
So your husband saw a piece of art, a beautiful work of art, and he went after you. That's
yeah.
great. Well, thank you, Kate. You've also written this month's blog, Unstuck, and we can find that on faithfulorganizers.com. And give you a little gist of it, turning your I can't do something, to I don't want to. And
Yeah.
is so empowering. And I would love our audience to go and read that for you, for just be encouraged and be empowered by that blog. It's very helpful.
Thank you. I'm so glad that you liked it. It
Yes, it
was
helped me.
based on, yeah, a client experience of, yeah, and I could see the transformation when we started to reframe her situation. Then her whole demeanor changed, and she was like, "Oh, I'm in charge of this. I'm in control of my stuff or what I'm doing, and I can make decisions instead of the sort of decisions being forced on her."
That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah,
It was very encouraging.
thank you.
So we want to know a few things, how did you start your business and, why did you start your business?
Well, I mentioned before that I had a previous business, and it was a retail store, and I was a milliner. I took time off to be a stay-at-home mom for about a decade or so, and a professional volunteer. And then when my kids were settled in school, I wanted to start another business, and I wanted it to be something. I just really felt that it called to do something with other people one-on-one, and not be alone in my sewing room making hats or something like that. And I'd always thought about organizing as a profession because it's something that I've done. I think a lot of organizers have this story, which is something that we've done since we were kids.
Mhm.
Like for friends and family forever. Um, my best friend in high school was really messy, and I used to go over and she would play video games and I'd clean her room. So that was what was on my heart to start this business, and I knew I just wanted to have my own business again, so that's why I started it.
That's great. And the next question is, how does your faith impact your business? I know with Christian background, sometimes our perspective is very different. And how do you incorporate that? And how does that happen?
I do incorporate it in that I'm constantly, I mean, I try to be in prayer for my clients and potential clients and whoever, so I'm the kind of person, like, I get so excited to come to a new organizing job that I just like rush in. Like I'm terrible at taking before pictures because I always just want to get right to it. And so I also found that I was like forgetting to pray for them before I went into the session. So now I've incorporated that into like my morning and evening prayers, like thinking about who am I going to see today? How will God use me to impact them? In general, that trying to show the love of Christ, that there's no judgment on anyone's situation, whether your house is, very disorganized or just needs a little bit of help. But this is all stuff that an organizer can help with, and we've seen it all. So I'm meeting people. They're a child of God, and so showing them that love and that grace.
That's awesome. Do you have a particular niche or a group of people or type?
Pretty much only do residential organizing. I don't do like businesses and things. I'm open to most things. I'd say I have sort of two kind of main types of clients that come to me. One is the like typical sort of busy family, younger family, and then there's the older adults who are downsizing, and maybe their kids have gone off to college or jobs, but they're ready to start thinking about their next steps, and maybe they want to get organized, in preparation for downsizing.
Great. And you have two daughters,
I
21
do.
and 16. Do
Yeah.
they follow suit? How do you feel they are?
I mean, I think they've learned a few things from me. The older one tends to be a little bit, I mean, she does love a spreadsheet like I do, so that's kind of nice. And the younger one, she is now like teenagers get a little messy, right? So we have to work on that. But she's naturally pretty organized and can do it. I remember her as a little toddler playing I couldn't figure out what she was doing with her toys. She was like lining them up and different sort of grouping. And I asked her what she was doing, and she said, "I'm organizing." So it was very cute.
That's great. So in the last, you've been organizing for about almost 8 years, right?
A little over 8 years, actually. Yeah, I
Well,
just hit my 8.
is there a specific or very specific to you, very favorite that you find is most effective? What would you like to share?
I mean, every situation is different, so it's hard to say a specific tip, but one that I just was thinking about recently is that, and I'm not, it's funny because I'm not a like product heavy organizer. I don't come in with the whole, home edit product line or anything and put everything into special bins. I try to use what people have more, and usually they have a lot of stuff. So, but one little product that I do like is that clear plastic shoe bin that hangs on the back of the door.
Yes.
Because you can just use that for so many different things. It's great for small spaces. People overlook. I guess I like to try to find the spaces that people overlook and see how we can make the most of those, whether it's like the inside of a cabinet door or a closet door or whatever, or some corner that they didn't realize they could use in a way to help them be more organized. So the shoe pockets really help because you can do anything from, I mean,
it's vertical,
cleaning products
behind any door, and everybody has doors.
Exactly. Everybody has doors, and you can use it for kids' toys. You could use it for cleaning products. You could do all kinds of things with it. So it's just very useful and not expensive.
Right. And it's clear, so it's very visually, attractive. And I mean, it's visible for those who are visual.
It's visible. And then when you shut the door, you don't have to see it. So it doesn't have to be out in your face all the time.
Yes. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Kate, for taking time out to talk to us. And we all know and love you and appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
At Faithful Organizers Board.
Thanks for what you do. I stepped into your shoes, which were big shoes to fill, but you really taught me a lot. So I appreciate that.
Oh, no problem. For the rest of you, please check out her blog, Unstuck, and also read her bio. We'll have June posting, and all her information will be on it. Thank you again for joining us, and be blessed. Have a great day.